Puregraft system is available in multiple configurations for small, medium, and large volumes. You are about to see an in-service video for the Puregraft 50 system for small volume fat transfer. With advanced filtering capabilities, the Puregraft system selectively washes the tissue and drains the fluids, free lipids, blood cells, and other contaminants in less than 10 minutes, streamlining the graft preparation process. The Puregraft system is easy to operate, allowing autologous graft preparation within a closed system, and can be performed on the sterile field without the need for any mechanical equipment, such as a centrifuge. It also allows physicians to adjust the hydration level of the graft to best suit their surgical technique. The Puregraft 50 is a sterile, single-use filtration system individually packaged in Tyvek pouches. For tissue processing using the Puregraft 50 system, a few additional supplies are needed. Approximately 100 milliliters of lactated ringer solution will be needed to wash the tissue. A spiker and sterile bowl may be needed depending on the preferred washing technique. Luer lock syringes will be needed for processing. 2 60 milliliter syringes for adding lactated ringers and draining waste are recommended, as well as at least 2 10 milliliter or smaller syringes. Prior to Puregraft processing, tissue must be harvested. As is commonly known, lipoaspirate contains fluids and contaminants, and as with all processing techniques, it is recommended to harvest approximately 50% more tissue than the desired graft volume. To begin graft preparation, take the harvested tissue syringe and inject the tissue into the Puregraft 50 system through the tissue wash port. The Puregraft 50 system processes between 30 and 50 milliliters of tissue. Do not exceed 50 milliliters of input tissue at any time. Conduct an initial drain to remove excess fluids from the lipoaspirate. Start by connecting a Luer lock syringe to the drain port. Then hold the Puregraft in an upright angled position and retract the plunger to pull waste fluid through the drain port at approximately 2 milliliters per second. This technique minimizes clogging and prevents air from being withdrawn in order to avoid collapsing the system. After draining, more lipoaspirate may be added through the tissue wash port. To ensure the best quality graft, do not exceed 50 milliliters of post-drain tissue volume. Taking a 60 milliliter Luer lock syringe, transfer 50 milliliters of lactated ringers into the Puregraft 50 system using the tissue wash port. 50 milliliters of lactated ringers should be used for tissue washing regardless of the tissue volume present. The Puregraft 50 system has a maximum volume of 100 milliliters, and the total amount of tissue and lactated ringers should not exceed this volume. Once the lactated ringers is added, manually agitate the Puregraft 50 system by rocking it back and forth for 15 seconds. After it has been thoroughly mixed, place the Puregraft 50 system on a flat surface, front side up for a minimum of 1 minute to allow contents to separate. The horizontal position allows a larger surface area of the mesh inside to be in contact with the tissue. After the waste is separated from the clean tissue, it is ready to be drained. For draining, first connect a 60 milliliter Luer lock syringe to the drain port. Hold the Puregraft at an upright angled position and retract the plunger to pull waste fluid through the drain port at approximately 2 milliliters per second. This technique prevents air from being withdrawn in order to avoid collapsing the system. The wash-drain cycle must be performed twice. This includes injecting 50 milliliters of lactated ringers, mixing for 15 seconds, allowing contents to separate for at least 1 minute, and slowly draining over the course of 1 minute. After the second wash-drain cycle, a 10 milliliter or smaller syringe is connected to the drain port again, and the small amount of residual waste is taken out by pulling the plunger slowly. The same syringe is then inserted into the tissue wash port, and approximately half a milliliter of trapped fluid is extracted and discarded. Before extracting graft, first move the slider down to collect all the graft towards the ports. Then, attach an empty Luer lock syringe to the tissue wash port and extract the desired amount of graft into the syringe. Attach the preferred injection cannula to the filled syringe. The graft is now ready for re-injection. As expected, you will notice that the final graft volume is approximately half that of the starting tissue volume. Rest assured, you have not lost any good viable adipose tissue or components in the waste. In about 10 minutes, Puregraft has selectively filtered out excess fluids, free lipids, blood cells, and other contaminants, streamlining the graft preparation process within a closed system and providing a purified graft to deliver to the patient.